Well, hello everybody, good morning and welcome to quite a blustery Mallory Park for the 750 Motor Club. Now we're here, as you can see, with the historic 750 Formula, and it is almost time for qualifying. It is going to be very exciting. In fact, we've got a lot coming up for you today as well. Of course, we've got the historic 750 to bring you. We've got the 750 Formula Championship to bring you as well, and the VC V8s as well. It's going to be a packed day under the sunshine here in Leicestershire at Mallory Park. Now, we're going to go chat to some of the drivers. What we're going to do first of all, though, is find out how you actually get into racing with the historic 750 Formula. And we've got over here, we've actually got Graham, we've got James, Miles as well. So let's have a quick chat with the guys. Graham, how are you doing? Are you well?
I'm really good, mate, really good.
Good, man.
Really good.
Blustery today, though, isn't it?
A little bit, I noticed actually. Now you mention it now, yeah. Thank you for that.
We've got James as well. James, how are you doing? You ready for this?
Very good indeed, yes. It's going to be a nice day. Looking forward to it. Sun's out, you know, we booked that for qualifying, so here we are. Yeah.
That's what I like to hear.
Nice dry track.
Chaps, we are actually here to chat about something quite important as well, and it is getting into racing, certainly with the historic 750 Formula, and I guess it's a bit of a stumbling block for people. I mean, how does it actually start? Let's take me, for example. I haven't raced before, but let's say I've got a car, I'm halfway there. What's the first step that I take, Graham?
I guess the first thing, you've probably done a few track days and you've got used to, and you want to really go for it. Then what you need to do really is book yourself I would recommend some lessons. And then there's a concept called the ARDS test, which is really around getting the standards to the right level. You know, when you're racing, you want to be able to race with people who've got the right capability. So the ARDS test is a great way through the Association of Racing Schools is really to help you to understand what are the safety factors for racing. So all the flags, all the control, what the marshals do, and also about your racecraft as well. So can you drive on the line? So basically book yourself on some track days, get used to it, certainly go out with a driver, get some lessons, and then book your ARDS test, go for it and have a go.
It's practical and theory as well.
Yeah, so I was 58 when I retook it, so learning the flags and learning all the safety factors is really important, but it's fairly straightforward. They want you to pass, they want you to race, so you can feel a little bit nervous, but actually it is fairly straightforward, and it's stuff you need to know anyway. So it's really important to do that, so take the time to learn it. And the second thing really is when you're driving, really, they're not looking for you to blast a track and put lap records down. They're looking. I remember the examiner for me said, would I race with you? Is really his criteria.
Okay,
so
that's a fair thing.
You've got to be safe, and you've got to push yourself and take the right lines. But what they're looking for is have you got the racecraft? Are you aware what's going on? Can you brake in the right place? Can you do the racing line? And are you really safe and capable to drive? And I think that's useful when you're on the grid starting, we've got cars all around you. You want to be sure that everyone's at a certain standard and above. And I guess for me is getting an ARDS test done is the stepping stone. And then obviously get out there racing, and then you have the novice. You might have seen the black cross on there, and you do six races novice, and that's great because everyone knows you're a novice, so they give you a bit more space, a bit more time, so and that makes it a lot better. And then obviously you can follow some faster people as well and learn it, and then eventually get to the point where you're ready for some more coaching and some more sport.
There's nothing to fear, is there? Because everybody's been through it. Everybody has to do it.
It's all about enjoyment at the end of the day. I mean, that's it. I mean, if you look at this grid here, we've got up to 82-year-old on the grid. I mean, and that just shows you technically not how easy it is to get a license, but the sort of the scope of people who have licenses. As a novice, you're out. The drivers are more experienced. Know you're a novice. They're going to avoid is the wrong word, but they'll drive forward through, for you. So it's all about just having fun. And there's nothing technical about getting that license. That license is straightforward. All they want to see is that you can do the job, and that's it.
Nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about. Right, chaps, I've got my ARDS now. I've done a few track days. I'm feeling a bit confident. What happens next? So just get in touch with you guys. What happens?
Get in touch with us. Obviously, this is my first season racing with the club, and they really welcome you. It's full of advice. They want you to get on the circuit. They want you to race, and there's loads of tips and hints and ideas. And they said to me, it's somebody very gentlemanly, and we're there for the fun. Until the red lights go out, of course, and there's a bit of healthy competition, let's say.
They say that to you?
They said that to me, And then I'm surrounded by cars in the first corner, but it's great because people know you're fairly new, and they will back off. A lot of the people here racing are owners, mechanics, and drivers, so it's their car. So and obviously there's a lot of history in the cars as well. So it's really important that you maintain that as well. So it's having I call it fun with this series of 10 really, about making
grassroots motorsport, really.
Safe, good fun, competitive, healthy competition, let's say.
Well, we say grassroots, there is a nice hospitality area actually in the paddock today, isn't there, for the historic 754, I have to say, so might be frequenting that a little bit later, I think.
That's all to put a weight on the other drivers, so I've got to
He's had it. Have an extra biscuit.
Yeah.
Fantastic. James, can I grab you as well, actually? Thank you very much. Best of luck for qualifying as well. James, I wanted to talk to you actually about your car as well, the Austin 7, because there's a wide array of cars here, isn't there? So what's really required car-wise to get racing the historic 750?
Okay. In the sense of what sort of car to go racing?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I look at the cars here, and a lot of them are custom built, aren't they?
Okay, so what do you have here? You've got a selection of Group C, Class C cars and Class A cars. Class A cars, 99.9% of them are Austin 7 based.
Yep.
So you'll see them as single-seaters, two-seaters, 1.5-seaters. Now your Class Cs, which are a faster car we race with, they're a Reliant-based engine, but a newer formula. So to get into Austin 7 racing is as simple as, we know there's a lot of cars out there, existing cars from the 50s, 60s, 70s that are 80% ready to go racing. So some of the drivers are sitting there saying, I get a lot of contact back through my forum saying, I really must do this next year. And I say, go on, do it, because you've got the car. To get the car through scrutineering, to get it onto the track is literally, a box-ticking exercise. And
it certainly helps with that process.
That concentrates the mind. There we go.
And of course, the 750 Motor Club and you guys will all help getting those box ticks essentially.
We are the friendly series. We will do whatever it takes to get somebody out on the track. It's that straightforward. So I was just put off by the light.
There was just a bump behind us actually. I think everybody's okay. But
they are. But so if you're thinking about it, come and do it, or contact us through our forum, and come and ask some questions. We'll get you out there, and you can come. We're going to do some test days. That's the other thing. We're looking at possibly beginning of next year doing some, depending on what's required, doing some test days. So you can come along with your car, or hopefully get some rides in cars, and you can see what it's like, and a good introduction to motorsport.
Fantastic, James. Thanks so much. You've actually got a small amount of qualifying, haven't you? So
yes.
I better let you go get ready. I'm taking up too much of your time. Thank you very much. Let's go chat to some of the drivers. We've got the black car here as well, number 21A. How are we doing? It's good to see you. How are we feeling ahead of this qualifying session? I've got you on the hop here, haven't I? Sun shining. Nice
delighted
day.
to be here. Good weather, yes.
It's just it's what racing's all about, isn't it? Really. What's it like racing in a historic 754?
It's a wonderful experience. I wouldn't give it up for anything.
That's right. Good man. That's what I like to hear. I like that. Fantastic. Look, I'll let you get ready anyway. Thanks for chatting to us. Best of luck for qualifying. There might even be a slight minor delay to qualifying now. There is double wave the others. In fact, the session ahead has just been red flagged because there is a little bump down the start-finish line here at Mallory. It gives us a chance to chat to a few more of the drivers over here as well. Let's go have a little chat here. Number 20, how are we doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
It's good to see you again. How are you feeling ahead of qualifying now?
Well, a little bit trepidation. It's the first time I've been here in this car. So previously in an Austin.
Tell us about this car then, because look, there's a little. I like this in respect of the Marshals, I assume. Of course.
Yeah, that was from Anglesey. They gave those out. This car, I've only had it this season. I've been out twice in it so far. So I bought it from a chap who built it about 3 years ago. So it's quite a new car. For this series.
I remember actually from Donington, because I was with you guys at Donington, just how low you're sat right now. And look, literally, that is the gap to the ground. Look, that's like an inch, isn't it? I mean, your bum is like an inch off the ground.
It's not far off it, no.
Sorry, Ty, I know you're a little bit tense anyway. I've probably just made it a lot worse. But look, best of luck anyway.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy it, won't you? There's a little button just to the left of the steering wheel. I can't say, and we probably shouldn't show. Let's show it on camera anyway. You can just see, if you could just see that there. If there are any kids watching, look away now. But there's the button there. If you can see that, it says "Oh, who." In uncertain terms, of course. a lot of nice looking cars here just about to come through as well. We are going to have a bit of a delay, I think, before qualifying does get underway. There has just, as I said, been a little bit of a bump on the start-finish line here at Mallory, just making sure everybody's okay, but there should be. Let's just grab a quick word over here as well. So it's going to be a slight delay to qualifying here. So
yep, I've just been told half hour.
Half-hour delay, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, in that case, we're going to go chat to some more drivers. But how are you feeling ahead of this today?
Yeah, we've got a misfire at about 5.2. There's a resonance problem we can't fix. We spent all day Friday testing, and
yeah.
So I think we just come and enjoy it and see what happens. And then next year we're going to try and run a full-on 750 engine, race engine rather than this 850. So it should be an interesting year.
What's it been like this season racing with the historic 750?
I love it. There's great camaraderie there. It's beautiful equipment we're running. I think the regs are about right. We've got this nice balance, so it's not too expensive, but there's enough room to be able to go and develop stuff. So yeah, it's been really enjoyable.
Fantastic.
Lovely.
Right, well, I'll let you relax for half an hour then, actually, because there we go. Confirmation. It's going to be a half-hour delay for qualifying now, unfortunately, due to that accident on the start-finish line. Well, I'll just let you enjoy some of the cars for a second. I'll let you enjoy some of the cars. I'm just going to go have a quick chat with some of the people. I'll be back shortly. So we've got a half-hour delay. Is there any bits of content that we've got on the sheet that we want to get? Right, everybody, here we go. So as I said, there is going to be a delay to the start of the qualifying for the historic 750 Formula. Although we are going to go catch up with James and Simon once again, actually, to talk about the race prep for getting yourself out on track, really. We just covered off the arts test, haven't we, there, and how you can actually get involved with the historic 750 Formula. But then what happens actually to get your car race ready and tick all of those boxes and then actually get out on track? They're just down here. Let's go grab a quick word with them. James and Simon, once again, here they are. Just overlooking the cars, having a little chin wag. There we go. Here they are, James, Simon.
Are we sprinting into the sun? Is that what
should we move out of the sun? Because I wouldn't mind catching a.
No, do you want the cars?
I wouldn't mind catching a bit of a tan, but yeah, it'd be good to get the cars in. Definitely.
Okay.
We are going to.
You tell us where you want us.
We are, of course, going to talk about race prep now, aren't we, chaps? As well. Not last night, though. Apparently. But what does it take to get one of these actually onto the track? Ticks all the boxes, get through scrutiny, and everything's good to go.
Well, the scrutinying is quite easy because they give you a list of things that you need to adhere to. But basic safety stuff is where I start, and my race prep all starts with the brakes, and then just move backwards there. You make sure that the brakes are actually binding nicely, engines revving cleanly, because there's nothing worse than getting here and actually finding you've got a cough and a splutter.
What does a race week look for you? Does it sort of start, like it's Sunday today, of course there was no action yesterday, does it literally start Saturday night, or do you like Monday, right, I'm at Mallory Park the following Sunday, I need to start getting ready?
I try and get organised the weekend before, but then inevitably there's the panic the night before where you think, now did I do that or did I do that, and then you just go through everything again. So but you do get into the habit of, I have a race box where I have everything that I need on the day, and my routine is, because at home you've got loads and loads of tools, and it's a temptation to bring everything to the circuit. So what I do is I go through all the things that I could change on the day, and any tools that I use during that point goes in a box, and they're the ones that I bring, because anything more major than that, then I'm going home anyway.
So is it just you then?
Yeah.
Or just literally you.
Yeah, and
Turn
James
up
occasionally.
Yeah.
But you've got to watch what he tells you, because sometimes your fellow racers seem very friendly,
just-
and the advice they give you, your car ends up going slower.
Yeah.
Oh,
Faster
Oh,
sometimes.
When was that?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose race prep has got to be down to, what you're hoping to achieve out there as well. I mean, from a safety perspective, you have to have an up-to-date fire extinguisher. Your battery terminal's got to be covered. But the actual chassis is a fairly standard Austin 7 chassis. So anybody with a Austin 7 Special possibly can get it to a race-ready state very easily. You have to have a cut-off switch for the battery, etc. Just in case of an emergency, so they can kill the power to the car. Wheel studs got to be correct and tight. Tyres, we've got control tyres, but we've got from the inexpensive to the expensive tyres, so it depends where you want to fit in with them. And the same with the cars. I mean, we've got 2 single-seaters here, but next to us we've got a 2-seater.
Yeah.
And it's the same preparation for that as it is for us. Just going through the basics, as Simon said, you've got your safety aspects and work from there. Just a nut and bolt check before you go out, or the night before, just to make sure that nothing's going to fall off. Is always a good starting point.
And there's a thing, isn't there? Like, it's scrutineering. Everybody wants you to get out and track, don't they? There's the thing, like, no one's trying to catch you out here. They want you to get out and track. So they'll do whatever they can to help you if required.
Absolutely. When I first started, I didn't have a single seater, so I had basically a road car, which is how most people get into it. They get a road car, which is reasonably good, and then they just get it ready for racing. Because you can have a go in the road car. You'll be put in a class where you will be racing, you won't be going top speeds. But my memories of the first races that I had, some of the best racing was when I was at the back of the field, but I was 2 foot off another car for the whole way round, because you might be faster on a corner and all that kind of stuff. So the basic cars are great, and then after that you just start.
You hit the nail. The amount of times I've interviewed somebody and they've come 12th, but they've got the biggest smile on their face.
The biggest grin on their face,
and
absolutely.
Finished 11th. They're all hugs and high fives because they've just had the best time. They were never in contention to win the thing. But
Al and I think most of the time we were probably only a few car lengths apart. And he beat me in the end, of course, which he inevitably does. But yeah, it is about getting out there and trying it. And if you can get your hands on a road car, you'll need to do a few things, like James says, with the safety. But really, it's just get out there. An ARDS test is relatively easy to do. Like the scrutineering that you were talking about, the ARDS guys, they want you to pass. And we're trying to encourage more and more people to get into the sport. And from the outside, I think it can look, oh, the car's going to be expensive or it's going to be too difficult. And I was in that category. But actually, as soon as you come to a meeting, you talk to the drivers, everyone here will give you advice on how to get going. And then, they'll talk you through it, and you suddenly think, this is doable. And away you go. All of a sudden, here we are.
Fantastic. So if you are watching this and you are that close to thinking, maybe, I'm not sure, come down or find out. There's a link in the body of this broadcast to the Historic 750 Formula website. Do give it a click, find out more. You can get in touch with these guys that way as well, can't you? Any other way to get hold of you guys?
Yeah, through the forum, through the 750 Motor Club, or just come down. I mean, come down to one of the races next year, or contact us, outside of season, and we'll make some tickets available. And come down and have a talk to the drivers, see the cars. I mean, it always, if you've not done it, when you turn up for that first time, it's a bit like, first school day, so to speak. But it really isn't. You suddenly relax fairly quickly with it. We talked about getting the cars ready. You've got to, that first day you're taking your car to scrutineering bay, you're thinking, oh, it's never going to get through, something's going to be wrong. And before you know it, you've got your little card and you're off with a smile back to the paddock.
No, you've got absolutely nothing to lose by just coming down and just having a good day out. Really.
And that's exactly what it is.
It is, because if there is something wrong, they'll tell you, and that is safety, and that's it. Simple as that. So.
I think it was at Snetterton where was it Tom? He blew a head gasket. And in between races, there was a bunch of guys got together and they rebuilt his engine so that he could race on the second race. And he was just sitting there with his head in his hands going, oh, it's done, my day's over. And then people just arrived and I've got a head gasket and I've been draining the oil.
So you don't have to be mechanic of the year then?
No. Every one of these guys will lend a hand. And that was great. I mean, and we were all cheering when he actually got out there. So.
Yeah, we have a shared parts bin, so to speak, actually. There's a few people with different cars who keep a certain amount of parts that are available to all the races. So if you have a distributor that goes, there's always one you can get hold of. It's water pump, hoses, whatever, you know, it's all there. So it's good fun. It is good fun. I think you'll see through the day today with the hospitality, which we've got up again now. I mean, obviously with COVID we couldn't do anything, but now we've got our hospitality back. You'll see what a good fun event it is. You know, even if you have a problem, you break down, you know, it's easy to go home, but these days stay and just enjoy it, get some advice, and and move on. So
it's nice to be at Mallory as well, isn't it?
Isn't
it? It's sunshine.
It's a good one.
Well.
This is
a bit of a roll of the dice racing sometimes, isn't it? We've got a good one here. We've got a good one. Guys, thanks so much. I'll let you guys crack on anyway. Probably not too much longer to go now before we get out for qualifying. As we said, there has been a delay. There was a bit of a bump actually on the start-finish straight here at Mallory Park. Just making sure everybody's okay. But we thought we'd just catch up with some more of the drivers. Look at this, bit of sunbathing going on over here. Look at that, and why not indeed. Now just remember, if you do have a question at any point today, please do ask it, please do comment below. We can see those comments, so if you've got a question for some of the drivers, do get them in. That is Nigel Howard there, just catching some of the sun there. I'm going to tell him, just caught you catching a few rays there. Just enjoying the sunshine.
Oh, we'll make the most of it, I think. Get to top up the tan, you know.
Last chance this year, I think.
Pretty much, I think.
How nice is it to race around Mallory Park?
I love coming to Mallory. It's a fantastic little circuit. Everybody's really friendly. It suits these cars because there's no ridiculously long straights. And it's probably my favourite venue of the season. Really,
I often think Mallory Park and Brands Hatch Indy reasonably similar. With that,
yeah, they are. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I like both of those. And we'll finish the season off and hopefully have a stress-free day and get to the end of the day with the car in one piece. It would be nice.
That's what I like to hear. Best of luck. Enjoy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. These cars are just absolutely wonderful, aren't they? There you go. We spoke to a number of the drivers. Let's move down a little bit further, shall we? Look at them. Just look at this array of cars we've got going here for the historic 750 Formula. Remember, there is a link in the body of this broadcast. It will take you straight through to the historic 750 Formula website. Do give it a click. Find out all the information you want. Everybody getting ready to go. Everybody happy, everybody smiling. This is what we like to see, isn't it? This is motorsport at the very best. In October, the sun is shining. In fact, it's actually getting quite warm. If you just pan actually on over to the, we've got the Armed Forces Race Challenge here as well. You can see the flags fluttering around. It is quite breezy here, but it is very warm indeed. And we've got a lot of content to bring you throughout the day as well. After this session, we're going to go to a very short break, but we'll set up again, and we actually have qualifying for the BCBA Championship, qualifying for the 750 Formula Championship, and then straight after that we'll be bringing you the first race of the day for the historic 750 Formula. So that will be a big section indeed, with plenty of track action, plenty of exclusive interviews as well. We're going to be behind the scenes as we always are here at My Supercar, bringing you a real taste of all of the action. Let's just move down the assembly area a little bit. Guys almost getting ready to go. John Village over here as well. Let's go say hello to John. Hello John, how are we doing?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. That's what I like. It's quite bright actually, isn't it?
It is. The old sun's in the eyes.
I see you've got the shaded visor here ready for it. Tell us about your season, John. How's it been?
Well, it's obviously been my first year back in 750 since the 70s, so I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Very casual.
What brought you back? Why come back? You just couldn't keep away in the end?
Well, I'm an old git now, and I don't want to perform.
You can't say that sat in a race car about to blast around Mallory Park.
No, I've always enjoyed making things, and this is a replica of the original one back in the 70s. So
it looks incredible. What's it actually like? Because you are so low. I've just been telling everybody some of the other cars. Again, that's how close you are to the ground.
Yeah.
That's like an inch. Do you
well,
feel
no, it's a bit more than that. It's got to be 40 mil.
40, okay, 40 mil. But do you feel like every bump and scrape are in these? Or
Well,
is it...
because you're strapped in it, you're part of the car, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like the Austin 7s where they're not strapped in, but yeah, it's okay. It's what I've been used to all my life, so.
It's a bit of a buzz, I imagine, as well.
Oh, of course,
That's
yeah.
why you're still doing it. Good man. Best of
That's
luck. Enjoy it,
Thank
won't
you.
Have a good time. There we go. Back. First season back since the 1970s. Can you believe that? Old git? No, not at all. How can you say that when you're sat in one of those about to go racing around Mallory Park? Remember, it is going to be qualifying coming up very, very shortly. Not just yet. Let's just turn attention actually over here and grab a chat with number 66. over here. Number 66 is Nick Hayward-Cook. And hello Nick, how you doing?
Hiya.
Got Herbie on the side, I see. That's what I like to see.
That's because that's what it's called.
Herbie, yes.
The car. Not me.
Okay.
Not me.
No, I know, not you.
The car.
Now look at this. Look at this steering wheel. Proper like rope on it, isn't
Yeah,
it?
absolutely.
Is that original?
Well, that's how they did it in those days.
Yeah.
Back in the day. So it's nice and rough.
Yeah.
Saved me from the odd collision here and there, because in the wet,
grit, yeah.
you need something to.
What is this like to drive? Because look, I'm looking for seatbelts, I can't see any.
Right. So no safety belts, no roll cage,
yeah,
no safety cell. Wow. So, but other than that, it's like driving a go-kart, but it's four-wheel with these wheels, as opposed to some of the wheels that you see, or these tyres. You get a four-wheel drift, so you're always four-wheel drifting, but it is a brute to drive. I mean, you end up feeling as if you've been in the gym.
Really? Okay. Good.
And you get battered about, no suspension. I mean, it's crude.
It's proper racing, like proper real stuff, isn't it? Yeah. And of course, going around Gerard's got a long right-hander. You talk about four-wheel drifting. You're probably sideways all the way around, aren't you?
I'm exhausted. By the time we come round, I mean, I want to break. But and for us, in these cars, we're trying to hit Gerard's flat.
Okay. Yep.
Yep. So you can tell the chickens, because the chickens, there's a puff of smoke as they're letting off just down here. So I'm one of those.
I like the honest assessment.
In my younger days, I used to be able to go round flat, and as I've got older, I've realised maybe prudence is necessary. But isn't it wonderful, this array of cars?
I've just been saying to the camera and chatting to James quite a bit, and Simon and Graham and a number of the drivers, and it just looks like Formula One actually, almost, doesn't it? It looks like Formula One from the 50s, 60s and early 70s all merged into one. Yeah. It's wonderful. It's an incredible sight.
But I think this is proper racing in the sense that there's one or two who, for them, they have to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the rest of us, it's about the sunshine, meeting friends. It's a social event with a bit of racing thrown in.
Yeah.
Well, a bit more. Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And if we can do a bit, it's about lap times. I think it's a bit like playing golf.
Yeah.
You're trying to lower your handicap.
Yeah.
In this case, lower the lap time. But hey, it's not life and death.
No, you're the first person who's ever described motor racing like golf to me. So, like it.
Yeah, because I'm crap at both.
Best of luck, I better let you go. It looks like qualifying is about to get underway here finally for the historic 750 Formula at Mallory Park. A wonderful time, great to hear from the drivers, isn't it, as the engines fire up and they take to Mallory Park. Here we go, qualifying about to get underway. We're going to stay live for you as well, so don't go anywhere. We're about to see our first bit of historic 750 Formula track action. We're actually going to go up to the top of the media suite to film for you as well at the top of the stairs. We catch a bit of the Devil's Elbow coming around, and we've got the far side of the track. You'll be able to see quite a lot of the action. I'll run commentary for you as well, so you won't miss any of it. Let's just wait for the cars to head out on track. The track is clear, everything's ready to go. A few nerves jangling here this morning at Mallory Park. That will soon be wiped out as the lights go green and qualifying gets underway. Who is going to get on pole position? It's a wonderful field of cars here at Mallory in the historic 750 Formula, and it is a feast on your ride. Turn up the volume, here we go. Remember, any time if you have a comment, please do comment below. Please do like, comment and share. We can see the comments. Get your share. We want to get this in front of as many eyeballs as possible this Sunday morning, because why wouldn't you? Look at it, off they go. 72 goes out, there goes 7, 8, 67. They're all heading out. 67's got a problem. And they're just waiting to jump in. Off we go. So we're expecting a bit of slippery surface down the start finish line. There's oil on the start finish line. That might compromise the new entrance into Gerard. That last right-hander here at Mallory Park. The cars head out, off they go. We're going to make our way up to the top of the media centre and bring you the action. Whilst we do that, we've got a little video to play for you now of what the historic 750 Formula is all about. Elaine, roll VT. Right, welcome back everybody. We're just making our way up the final flight of stairs and then we'll bring you the action as it happens so you can see the cars running around Mallory Park here in the beautiful sunshine. Quite breezy though, of course, here. Those Austin 7s, no seatbelts, nothing at all. Dangerous indeed. There we go, so the car's currently out on track. Well, we've got a lot to bring you as well. It's not just the historic 750 Formula, but it's good to hear from the drivers, wasn't it? We've got a BCV8 Championship as well to bring you, and the 750 Formula Championship. Of course, there's going to be a slight change now to the timetable because of that accident in the free practice session we had this morning. So just tweak things up a little bit, won't it? So how are things going on this qualifying? Oh, it's got a spinner over on the back straight over there. The red car there has just got back on track, no issues there, but back out on track now. Off they go, just going a little bit slow, heading back on now. So it's Howard from Slatter, Wilson, Pedersen, Depper, Grant, Thurston, Thomas, Mason, Ingram. We've got two Thurstons out there, haven't we? Number 1 and number 23. We've got Welsh Pride, Plain Jones, Roebuck, Hayward, Cook, we just chatted to there. Car number 66, Frayland, Cork, Neil, Ellison, Gallen, Whitby, Miles. That's James Miles and mile 24. 24 cars circulating Mallory Park right now for qualifying for the historic 750 Formula. We've got just over 11 minutes of this session left to go as well. The action going to come very thick and fast today now as well due to that slight delay. This is qualifying for the Raceparts Historic 750 Formula Championship. And it is Village, that's John Village. We're chatting to John back in the behind the cockpit here. Since the 1970s, first season back. It is currently on provisional pole for 102.353. Grant is second with a 103.933. And then Slatter, that's Trevor Slatter, 104.638. Wilson, Pedersen, Howard, Depper, Thurston, Mason and Thomas. That is your current top 10. Thurston, number 1, currently in 8th place. But it's John Village at the minute so far, the fastest man around Mallory Park, as the cars are pottering along quite nicely. We might change location actually for the actual racing action, but here we are now. We're at the top of the media centre. We've got a lovely cracking view. Of course, you've got the two ponds in the middle of Mallory Park here, haven't you? Right in the middle of the paddock. If you've ever been down, if you are in Leicestershire today, come down. Spectators are allowed. Why not pop down, watch some racing action? There's a lot going on. It's going to be a full day with the 750 Motor Club here at Mallory Park. And we're going to be live with exclusive content throughout the day. We are My Supercar. We bring you closer to the action, closer than anybody else can and will. We were there in the assembly area with the drivers right in the heart of the action. You are currently looking at that long right-hander, Gerrard's Bend. I think it's actually the longest right-hander of a race circuit in the UK, if I believe I'm correct. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to be corrected, so please do comment below if I'm wrong. And if I'm right, confirm that I'm right, that would be great. So 9 minutes of this qualifying session left to go. And it's still Village from Grant. A 101 now. John Village's gone even quicker that last time around. A 101.049 his fastest lap so far. Grant in second, 102.279. So 1.230 seconds the gap between first and second. Depper is in third, Pedersen in fourth. Thomas has now moved up to fifth. That's car number 87 with a 103.507. Trevor Slatter's dropped down to sixth at 103.798. Then is Howard. Thomas has moved up to sixth. Yeah, Slatter now seventh. Howard is eighth. Mason ninth. Wilson in 10th. Then Thurston in car 23 is 11th. Frayling Cork is 12th. Then Thurston in car number 1 is 13th. Then Gallen, Welsh, Ingram, Roebuck, Plain Jones, Hayward, Cook, Mile, Ellison, Neal, Miles and Whitby. They are your current 24 runners here for the historic 750 Formula at Mallory Park this Sunday morning, and it is glorious. What a great track, right? It's actually only our second visit here. This is the second time we've covered the historic 750 Formula. Behind the scenes, closer to the action, we're at Donington Park with them a little bit earlier on in the season. A wonderful weekend we had there. Here we are back now in Leicestershire. Quite a unique track as well. It's almost like stepping back in time a little bit. So 7.5 minutes of this qualifying session left to go. That is it. You're looking at Devil's Elbow. Wonderful name there. So just come down. You've got the tight hairpin at the top there. You just see them swing off to the left. Then they go up to that tight hairpin, sort of the main overtaking place really. Then where they're coming now is sweeping down into the Devil's Elbow onto the start finish line. We do believe there's a bit of oil on the start finish straight as well from an earlier bump in the practice session ahead of this qualifying. So I think there'll be a few people being a little bit tentative as they approach Gerrard's. Time is ticking along nicely in this slightly delayed qualifying session for the historic 750 Formula. It's still Village on provisional pole, and 1:095 has gone even quicker now on that last time around, but it's Pryor who's closing the gap now. He's done a 1:964. The gap is just 0.869 of a second between first and second. Depot's in there in the mix as well, a 1:01.651, 1.5 seconds behind Village in third place, and Grant in fourth. And Pedersen, car number 200, has just jumped up to fourth place with a 1:01.839, just 1.744 off Village on pole position as it stands. So Grant has made a move as well. It's all changed. Grant, car number 20, has moved up to third place with a 1:01.429, just 1.334 seconds behind John Village, who's on provisional pole. Depper's dropped down to fourth. Pedersen is in fifth. Wilson in sixth. Thomas in seventh. Howard in eighth. Trevor Slatter in ninth. Then Mason in 10th. Then Frayling Cork in 11th. Roebuck in 12th. Thurston, that's car number 23, so we've got two Thurstons on the grid, is 13th. Then Welsh in 14th, Ingram in 15th, Thurston again, car number 1 in 16th. Then Plain Jones in 17th, and Gallen 18th, Ellison 19th, Hayward, Cook in 20th, Neal, Mile, Whitby and Miles rounding out your 24 runners as it stands at the minute in this qualifying for the historic 750 Formula Championship. Don't forget, we'll be bringing you both races live too, as well as our usual look behind the scenes. We bring you the content that you just don't get to see anywhere else. So So exciting stuff so far. We've just, the clock ticks at just under 5 minutes of this qualifying session left to go. It's a short circuit around Mallory Park though. It's a bit like the Brands Hatch Indy as we were just chatting in the assembly area there. If you didn't catch any of that, do go back and watch it. It will stay on our YouTube channel at My Supercar, or our other YouTube channel, Live Sport Now. If you just want to watch live sport, the Live Sport Now is the place to be. If you just want to watch motorsport, then head over to My Supercar. Of course, we are broadcasting live across our distribution network as well. Hello to all of our friends at Club Racing UK, Tin Top Racing, Pit Lane News, Last Lap, the Pit Stop Magazine, you name it. We are absolutely everywhere today. So hello and welcome everybody watching and tuning in. Don't forget you can comment below. And we're also broadcasting live out on Twitter as well. So hello everybody to watching on the 750 Motor Club Twitter feed, as well as My Supercar, and of course my Twitter feed at Ian Walthouse 1 as well. We're also broadcasting on Twitch and LinkedIn too, the only broadcaster to bring you across all of those channels. So here we are at Mallory Park, qualifying well underway for the historic 750 Formula. It was a delayed start to qualifying due to an accident in the free practice session before the 750 Formula. The Historics headed out on track and getting quite packed down the back straight now. If we just turn the camera off over to the left, you can see a lot of cars there heading into the right-hand chicane. You can see James Miles just heading through too. So lots and lots of cars now, lots of traffic. That is the thing with a shorter circuit, isn't it? You start to bunch up quite quickly, but that makes it kind of exciting as well. We've got just over 3 minutes of qualifying left to go before the checkered flag falls. At the minute is John Village, but there's not a lot in it because Pryor in second place is just 0.051 of a second behind. Pryor is making a charge. Can he snatch pole right at the death? We're going to find out very soon. It's Village, Pryor, Grant, Depper, Slatter, Pedersen, Thomas, Wilson, Howard, Thurston, car number 23. That is your current top 10 for the historic 750 Formula qualifying live right now here at Mallory Park. Now you're looking at Gerard's Bend as they come then on to the back straight here at Mallory. Through, there you go, Village, Pryor, Pedersen, just over a second separating the top three. In fact, just over 1.5 seconds separating the top 5 here. And John Village really showing his mettle today, isn't he? Richard Pryor, of course, in second place. What can Richard do? Can he snatch it right at the end? The checkered flag has fallen. It's actually fallen early. So checkered flag has fallen early. I think they're trying to pull a bit of time back after there was a red flag incident in the session beforehand. So the checkered flag has actually fallen now. So it is John Village on pole position. Richard Pryor still out on track, but currently in second place. It looks like that has brought proceedings to an early finish. Christian Pedersen in third place. Looks like Ian Grant is going to finish in 4th, Depper in 5th, Slatter in 6th, Thomas in 7th, Wilson in 8th, Howard in 9th, Thurston in 10th. So the cars are just making their way around, and I think that's actually it. I think they've called it early, haven't they? Yeah, they have. The cars coming straight into Park Fenway. In fact, is that somebody off there? Oh no, they're not. They're just pulling into Park Fenway. So that is actually it for qualifying. Let's just pop TSL up onto the screen just so you can see how things actually finished up in qualifying. So that's confirmation there that yes, John Village on pole position, a 1 minute 0.95, able to get the job done, although it was close, wasn't it? Pryor just 0.051 of a second behind in second place. That is going to be a fantastic battle heading into Gerard's Bend at the very first lap a little bit later today. Of course, we will be live for you for that too. Don't forget, we've got plenty to come up to after this. We're going to go to a short break, but then it'll be time for the BCV8 Championship, the 750 Formula Championship, both qualifying sessions for them, and then of course straight after that we'll bring you the opening race of the historic 750 Formula Race 1. All the action live with us. So that's how things currently finish. I know it still says there's a bit of time on the clock, but I can assure you it has now finished. The qualifying for the historic 750 Formula is over, and it's John Village, the man on pole position. Let's pop TSL down. We're going to head off to a short break now, but when we come back, plenty more racing action for you. So don't go too far. We'll be back live very shortly. I'll see you soon.